Hi everybody, nice to see you. This is Alan, my husband.
And this is my wife Ruth, and we live together in Scotland on our boat called Anastasis. For the last 2 years, I have been asking the question, what does God want me to do to serve Him? 2 years ago, He told me He wanted me to stop serving Him at the Baptist Union of Scotland and to wait patiently. So I waited patiently for a few months, and then I tried to hurry things up, but God would not be hurried. And so it took 2 years until He made His plan very clear to us. He spoke to us about waiting. Then He told us to go to the crossroads and wait at the crossroads. And before the pandemic began, He told us that He would not ask us to serve Him until the plague was over. And we did not know what the plague was. We later discovered it was coronavirus. And so we went to the crossroads and we waited and we waited. And when I was invited to be the new General Secretary, I realized that many of the things I've done in the past, leading the teams at the Baptist Union of Scotland and serving them, have maybe prepared me well to be able to serve and use those same gifts amongst a new team and in a new context all over Europe, Eurasia, and the Middle East. Leading an organization like EBF has other challenges. We have a lot of distance between us. We have a lot of variety in our belief. But we all love the Lord Jesus Christ. And we all want to honor Him and live our lives based on Him. And so with Christ at the center of our organization, I believe we can overcome any of these challenges. I've been a pastor since I was in my early 20s, initially working with Billy Graham and coordinating the children's mission in Moscow in 1992. And then I served in some local churches, first as a youth pastor, then as an associate pastor, and finally as a senior pastor in a small village church. But it grew, and we had 17 staff members in that church. So I had to learn how to lead a team very early. I was maybe only 30 years old when we started serving in that church. And then eventually, after another church, I went to the Baptist Union of Scotland, where for 9.5 years, I led a change of direction in our union life, a reorganization of its structure, of its charitable status, of its staff team, and of its vision. And over 9 years, we saw many, many changes that were carefully, but came through quickly. And we were really blessed by the way that God was just pouring out His presence upon us to enable us to do so many changes and to see them become effective. And now to have passed on leadership to Martin Hodgson, who was part of the team and has taken things on and developed more new things.
I think one of Alan's skills in leadership is the way that he enables other people to have confidence and the security that he builds up in other people to use their own skills. And to be part of a team together where everyone feels valued and able to contribute, and to enjoy the millions of ideas that come out of Alan's mind, and then to see how those are honed and focused and taken forward with an air of excitement in what God is leading us into.
How we integrate young people into EBF is a huge question, but it's an essential one to find an answer to. We have some wonderful examples already in EBF of quality young leaders. We see them in the staff team. We see them in some of the denominations around our family. But we need to keep working on this. Our world is changing very fast, and it's very difficult for people my age even to keep up. And so we want to release in the right time the right people into leadership who can guide us through many of these changes because they are natural and normal for them. I hope that I will be able to visit with many young leaders when I visit different countries around EBF. We also want to take a fresh look at Transform and ask how we can develop more leaders than just a handful. And we want to also ask the question how we can develop the most senior leaders in our union so that they have confidence and ability to release the younger leaders and to be their shield and to be their protector as they release them into leadership in the local church and in the national church bodies and into EBF.
I think as a couple we have been very blessed with the leaders who have encouraged us from a very young age, even before we had gone into full-time ministry, for both of us in our lives growing up, of just people who believed in us and encouraged us to use the gifts that we had when we were young. And I think God has given us a passion to see that continued in young leaders today, and to know that as God blessed us and has used us, then he can use the young leaders of today if we are able to put our trust in them and equip them and release them to serve.
I believe leadership should be fun as well as serious at times. So I intend to have lots of fun with people, to enjoy being with them, to encouraging them and blessing them, to laugh with them, because when we laugh together, we can learn to love one another, and it sees us through so many things. So there will be times where I will be very, very serious, but I rather have fun. And so I look forward to having fun with you, learning together, and learning to appreciate the joy of the Lord, because it is the joy of the Lord that is our strength.